Hi, I need y'all to learn the difference between a distraction and other things. Okay, so let's start with distraction. Now, a distraction is a thing that prevents someone from giving full attention to something else. So I really do understand how we can get this mixed up with something else. I mean, one of the words we're about to go over is considered as similar, but similar is not the same as the same, okay? Also, distraction means extreme agitation of the mind or emotions. All right. Mr. Kirk passing today is not a distraction. And I'll explain the difference in a second. So now we go to diversion, since it was a similar word. Diversion is an instance of turning something aside from its course. The similar words here are rerouting and redirection. That automatically implies a bigger amount of energy than just a distraction, right? Again, I'm going to break it down even more. But a rerouting is not the same thing as, hey, look over here, because I can look over here for 5 seconds and then go back to what I was doing. But a diversion is something entirely different. I am not only taking your attention, I'm taking your intention away from that thing as well. So it's also an activity that diverts the mind from tedious or serious concerns. And here's the other thing, a recreation or pastime. So, going for a walk or reading a book could be a diversion. It's not a distraction. It is a diversion from what it is that you have to do. Our chief diversion was reading. All right, let's look at the third word. And now that brings me to another word, which is deflect. Deflect is to cause something to change direction by interposing something. Okay, so to turn aside from a straight course. The metal casing was deflected harmlessly into the ceiling. Her hand got pushed up or something. This is closer to a diversion than it is to a distraction. Okay, the ball deflected off of his body. So it's to change direction after hitting something. It is to cause someone to deviate from an intended purpose. She refused to be deflected from anything she had set her mind on. But let's get a legal example, since some of these words are actually in our legal system, and so that gives it a little bit more gravity. Let's look at that. So it says here that a diversion is a post-arrest program, court mandated, whatever, and it's supposed to redirect individuals into rehabilitation or treatment instead of jail or prison. So this is something after you get arrested, after your attention gets pulled, and now you are steered into a different direction, okay? A deflection is a pre-arrest intervention, meaning if someone is saying, because my kids' school had one today, that they are going to do some violent thing at a school, and you know that ahead of time, well, deflection is going to try to do something else with them, right? Like put them in, well, you wouldn't do CSI, you do something more serious, whatever. The whole point is, this is before you actually do anything, okay? So this is supposed to be in front of everything. So social services to avoid formal justice system involvement altogether. So maybe you did it like a little klepto thing at the store, and instead of them like giving you a whole grand larceny thing or whatever, I'm being very exaggerative. I made that word up. I think I did. But anyway, instead of you getting grand larceny for what you stole out of a store, you're going to be put into a juvie detention center or something, so that you are deflected from going into scared straight. All right. A distraction, this is psychological, and it is an act that diverts, again, a diversion, someone's attention from a more important issue, often temporarily. Temporarily is the key word here, okay? Whereas in a criminal context, it means to draw attention away from something else, right? So someone dying is not a distraction. That's a permanent thing. It's not a distraction. Okay? Now, a deflection, that's what we had last July when somebody had to lower the flag and bring the press and take a picture and raise a fist pump. That was a deflection. Okay? Because he knew other people were getting attention for their run. Okay? But the diversion, this is them trying to sneak people out of the country in the middle of the night on a weekend while everyone else is busy doing something else. So they're trying to keep you busy with the diversion of Doge is hacking into our computers. And then while they're doing this over here. So it's like, look over here because I'm doing something over here. Okay? So these are bigger. So the big part about it is timing. One is going to be like before it gets serious. Like, okay, so anyway, this is the legal thing of it. So I just wanted to give it to you in a legal context so that you can see like kind of the heaviness of the difference between the different words. So that said, everything is not a distraction from some PDF files. It's not. It's not. Okay? Can we stop using distraction the way that we use every other word we exhaust? Very demure. Oh my gosh. You're triggering me. And my English teacher heart. Whatever remains of it. Anyway, everything's not a distraction, y'all. Stop saying it is. And if you feel distracted, the problem's actually you, buddy. You got to work on your attention. Strengthen it. All right. Y'all be blessed.